He can come to you, and He has never at any time failed. One day, way down in the land of Gadara, no doubt a sociable, God-fearing citizen once lived, and he got out with the wrong crowd. Maybe just married and had 2 or 3 little kiddies. But he got mixed up in the wrong group. That's where many a young man and young woman loses out. Getting mixed up in the wrong group. The wrong associates. And so, one night they taken him out. Give him a drink. Oh, play a little game or do this or gamble a little. It won't hurt. Then the first devil entered him. He went home and had to tell his wife a lie. The second devil entered him. And all till he was possessed with the legion. And he got beyond any help. And the poor fellow was drove out into the tomb. Did you ever notice the devil likes to dwell in tombs? The devil stays around an old dead place. And that don't exclude churches either. When they get dead, it's a devil's hangout. And the poor fellow was drove out into the tomb, the dead place. And they bound him with chains, and he would pluck them asunder. Now, when the devil possesses a person, he becomes many times his strength. And if the devil can give you twice your strength, what do you think God could do to you people sitting there in a wheelchair? What do you think God could do to you that's a sinner? If the devil can drive you into a bar room or out in the street immorally or doing the things of the world which is contrary to your own nature, because you were born to be a son and daughter of God, and the devil can make you do things and cheat on your husband, cheat on your wife, steal, lie, how much more can God do when He gets full possession of you? And this fellow Legion, once the gentleman, no hopes down. He's out in the tombs with the devil. And year after year he got worse and worse. And he got so that no man could pass that way. Now, he didn't want to hurt anyone. He knew better than to do that. But every time he seen someone, the devil would jump onto him and he'd go and try to kill that person. And so everyone feared him. He was excommunicated from all society, from the city. The devil had drove him out of his mind, and he was out in the tomb, the darkest hour that he had ever seen. And then Jesus came along, and he cast the devils out of him. And those devils went into a herd of hogs, and they had sense enough to go drown themselves. I've often wondered, when I get to heaven, I'd like to see how much strength his testimony had against hog raisers in that country after that. They didn't want any revival. It was going to cost them some hogs. They felt more at home with the hogs and the devils than they did with the Lord Jesus. They wanted their hogs and asked Him to leave. And that's the way it is tonight. People would rather stay in an old, stale, formal, ungodly, indifferent condition than to put up with a little wildfire now and then. I'd rather have it 1,000 times to 1. feel better at home with the devils in their old condition. Drinking, smoking, gambling, wearing old dirty clothes and bobbing off their hair and doing all this other stuff that they do. Feel more at home doing that than you do to be called old-fashioned and have Jesus around the house. I'll take him 100 billion times to the one. The darkest of hour. Then Jesus came along. Could you imagine Legion going back down to his home and finding where he used to live? The little wife had to sell the place, and he wondered where she was at. So he searched from place to place. Finally, someone said she lives down in the alley. And when he goes down there in a low tin shack, when the children see him coming, they run to hide. The wife grabbed up her little shawl and put on her, started out the gate. And he said, "Never mind, honey. Never mind, children. Come here to Daddy. I want to take you on my arms. I want to put my arms around you, sweetheart. Your little dresses are tore off." Oh, she said, "What happened?" He said, "Jesus came along." That's what made the difference. Oh, wife, babies, come here. It was the darkest time. The devils were tormenting me, and then Jesus came along. Oh, in those dark hours, the man laying at the pool, how he'd been for many years, about 38 years, with an infirmity.